Hi everybody, I am Dr.T.Miranda, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science, St. Joseph College, Kadlur. Today we are going to see about the history of operating system. This history of operating system is similar to the generation of computers. You might have heard about the generation of computers. So here we are going to see the same generation of computers. In addition to that, we are going to see in which era this operating system has been evolved. This history of operating system, here it is being classified into 0th generation, 1st generation, 2nd generation, 3rd and 4th generation. So in the 0th generation, it was started in the year 1732 to 1871. Mechanical parts was used. Next, in the 4th generation, 1945 to 1955, electronic parts, that is vacuum tubes, was being used. Next, in the 2nd generation, transistors was used. In the 3rd generation, it was in the year 1965 to 1980, integrated circuits, that is IC chips, was being used. In the 4th generation, they used large scale integration circuits. It was from the year 1980 to 1990. Now we are in the 5th generation, which we'll be seeing it later. So now we can see what are the pictures related to these generation. So in which you will be aware of what is by vacuum tubes and how the transistor will be and how an integrated circuits will be and how large scale integration circuits and what are the further devices has been released. So this is the vacuum tube. So this vacuum tube, if you're going to see it as a single piece, so this is the vacuum tubes. So it will be occupying a very large room, and this is your transistors, and this is called as integrated circuits, and this is large scale integrated circuits, and now it is very large scale integrated circuits, and now we are in artificial intelligence. This is the generation which is now it is being evolved is artificial intelligence. So now we can see each generation in detail. So this is the first 0th generation. In the 0th generation, the digital computer was being designed by Charles Babbage, and he was designing using the mechanical parts like wheels, gears, cogs, etc. This computer was very slow and it was unreliable. There was no operating system or any languages in this era. Next, we are going to see about the first generation. In the first generation, vacuum tubes was used. So already we are seeing the vacuum tubes. You saw the size of the vacuum tubes. So we have to combine all the vacuum tubes. So in order to execute a single instruction, more than 10,000 to 20,000 tubes will be wasted. The programming was done only in the machine language, and it was the first generation language. There was no high level language or an assembly language. There was no operating system for these machines. These are all were single user machine which were unfriendly to the programmer. Next, we are going to see about the second generation. The second generation, as we saw, the transistors was introduced. The cost and the size of the machine became very less. In this era only, we had a concept called as system analysts, designers, programmers, operators. All these people has been given a name and they have been existing only in this second generation. An assembly language as a second generation language and Fortran, a high level language, has been emerged. In this era, magnetic tapes and punch cards are used for I/O operations. So they was using a system called as IBM 1401 computers. In this computers, the user will be very busy in loading and unloading the cards and tapes before and after each job. At a given time, only one job could run. There are two types of operation which was done by the operator. One is the setup operation, the other one is the tear down operation. Setup operation, in order to load the cards and mount the tapes for a new job, it is called as setup operation. We are having the punch cards as well as we are having the tapes. So loading the cards and you're going to mount the tapes for a new job, it is called as setup operation. Teardown operation is going to dismount the tapes and you're going to take out the cards. It is called as teardown operation. But in this method, lot of CPU time was being wasted. So they introduced batch system. IBM 7094, a faster and a larger computer, was used with IBM 1401 machine and it was named as satellite computer. Now we are going to see how this satellite computer is going to work. So in this satellite computer, we'll be having three types of cards. One is the control cards, program cards and data cards. So what is the purpose of this control cards? This control cards will be giving the information about the job and the username, and it also gives what should be loaded in the main memory. Next, the program cards is going to hold either Fortran language program or assembly language program. This data card, this holds the input data. So here we are going to see this diagram. So in this diagram, it has been represent the control cards, program cards and data cards. So in the control cards, we are having the programmer name and we are loading it. And in the program cards, we are having the Fortran program and we are running and we are going to give the data. And the first job has been completed. So next job, it has been kept in the batch. So the advantage of stacking cards is to avoid the setup and teardown operation, because there the operators were very busy to go in for the setup and teardown operation, and it therefore saves the CPU time. Now all these cards, what they are going to do is they are going to copy the jobs, that is from your punch cards to the tape. So here we are having 1401 satellite computer. So in this satellite computer, we are going to convert this job into, that is all the jobs which is in punch cards, it is being stored in tape J. How it is being stored means, here in this 1401 machine, we will be having a program called as card to tape utility program. So this program converts your jobs into, all the jobs in the punch cards into tape. So tape J, it holds all the jobs. Controls, so the use of this controls is the total number of cards which we have received, it has to match. So that is the purpose of the controls. So it will be checking whether the total number of the cards has been arrived or not. So now this prepared tape J. So here the tape J, in this tape J we are having all the jobs. So this tape J is taken for processing. So in order to process, we are going to go in for a faster computer called as 7094, which is very costly. So in this 7094 machine, we are going to have tape A, tape B, tape P, tape J. So in this tape A, we are going to have the input tape, that is the input is going to be given in tape A. In tape B, it is output tape, and tape P is going to have the print image tape. Tape J, all the jobs which has been processed will be stored in tape J. So now then the tape P is moved to the slower 1401 computer for final printing, because 7094 computers is bit costly and it can be done only for processing. It will be used only for processing. So now it is being moved tape P. In the tape P, we are having all the jobs which has to be printed. This tape P is being moved to 1401 machine and the reports have been taken. Next, this IBM 70 introduced two operating system, that is IBSys and Fortran monitor system. DBMS concept was introduced in this mode of operation and it was very sequential. Master control program operating system was introduced, which has many features of today's operating system like multi-programming, multi-processing and virtual storage. Thank you. The rest of the things we can see in the next session.